vibes. Greetings and good vibes. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Leon Block. I'm your guy, John Tell, back with another episode. As y'all know, I headed to Akron, Ohio the past few days and was out there in support of the families and people who were affected by the loss of Jalen Walker. You know, I've been doing this for 2 years now. 2 years. Time flies. Because it feels like it just started yesterday. But at the same time, I feel like I've been doing this my whole life, so I don't know. Ricardo Munoz has been heavy on my mind lately. And with Jalen Walker, Randy Cox, and Dante Perez-Jones, I've been thinking about Ricardo even more. The world should know what LCP did to his family. September 13th, 2020, Ricardo suffered a mental health crisis, and the police officer knew who he was. They've dealt with each other before. So, I don't know. I still can't get over it. I can't get over that situation. And the family deserves some accountability being met on behalf of the city and the police department. And being that we're in such a heavily the stuff that goes on here, and that came and went, and it just felt like no one really cares, except for a few, you know. But back to this whole situation. Anyway, I felt my calling from like the start of the pandemic, but George Floyd's public execution got the wheels turning. And over the summer of 2020, leading up to Ricardo's murder, I really learned a lot doing this work. And since I've learned so much, I don't know. I've learned a hell of a lot, and that shit doesn't stop. I don't think it's supposed to. I think we're supposed to keep growing. Over the course of the past 2 years, I've seen myself get better and detailed in how I bring information and what information I choose to bring you. But it doesn't mean that what is brought to me doesn't get out in some capacity. I'm here to be the mouthpiece, the person that presents it, but it doesn't change the fact that this stuff comes from y'all. And so I appreciate all the support over the past 2 years. It's been quite a journey, and I'm just getting started. And this weekend just was monumental to me in the sense of learning and witnessing. Me and my emotional ass. Just witnessing powerful people in my presence. And I'm not downplaying myself. I know how powerful I am. But being around other powerful people during such a trying time spoke to the very power of the people there involved. I mean, I had a conversation with Jacob Blake Sr., and that dude is, I can't even put into words. Like, For real. I learned a lot this weekend. I really did. So Friday, boom, we got into Akron, Ohio, to show support for those affected by the loss and murder of Jalen Walker's life. I saw that the Family Soup TV was in the Summit County Jail's lot, waiting for Pressure's release. Michael Harris, aka activist Pressure.
Doesn't make sense, man. We got 8 officers. All 8 officers. 8 officers can chase one man down. A helicopter down for one man. 8 officers can let one man get away and fucking serve a warrant on him, get him for resisting arrest. Like they got me today, I'm able to see a day for resisting arrest because they say I'm resisting.
Have you been beat by a coffin cop before, like I had seen in the video?
No, it's first.
First time here? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to plan on still protesting?
Hell yeah. No gas, all gas, no brakes. Why wouldn't it? Right, that's the problem. They didn't put fear in Akron, Ohio people. Right. Oh, we got a curfew. We got to do this. Keep treading water. Be another one of y'all asses shot out here. Right. Fucking they need thousands there, boots on the ground. Shut this shit down. Akron, Ohio, you can't do shit. They are in Columbus, Ohio, fucking National Guard, all these motherfuckers. Make them respect y'all. They didn't respect fucking Jalen Walker that night. The motherfucker make them respect y'all. Stop bullshit.
I'll let you. I'm sure that you're very tired, so I'll let you go get some food.
Yeah. What's up? I think I met you on the book. Peace and blessings.
You're going back to the hotel or what? You're going to the hotel?
What's up?
What was I at? So we had met up with activist Pressure as he had just got released from the county jail, and then we all ended up going somewhere else and having a conversation, just chilling out and having a conversation. Hey,
but my question, and I was asking him this earlier.
Peace and blessings, my brother. Actually, I wanted to
so many ignorant folk that really don't have any interest in wanting to know what the fuck.
Real quick. I just want to say, it's been a pleasure just linking up with such powerful people such as yourself. If you're still on listening, and all the other people that I linked up with, this is what it's supposed to be about. Is people connecting
to us all the time in our lives and why things are the way they are. We know why we feel that shit is fucked up, and we feel that we get the shitty end of the stick. We feel that there's shit going on, right? But like that's where it stops. And when one wants to educate someone, they're not interested. And it's like, well, how can we get you interested or at least angry enough to want to sit and listen?
I wasn't supposed to be going to that one, but I did. But yeah, no, I spent some time talking to Jacob Blake Sr. and Bianca Austin, who is Breonna Taylor's aunt, Cortez Rice, powerful activist and journalist that travels the country standing up for all stolen lives as well. Same thing for Michael Harris, aka Activist Pressure, who, as y'all know, was the reason why so many people have just reinvigorated this movement. And actually something that Marsha 30th in Chicago, shout out to her, actually mentioned was that, we all jump into this knowing that things like getting arrested and getting beaten and arrested is going to happen, but we continue to do it. We continue to do it because we know that's the risk that we take, and it's necessary, right? But if sometimes that's what it takes for people to wake up and to come out, then so be it. And that was something that the way she put it into words was profound, but it's something that I felt too. I just never really got into in depth about that particular thing right there. But this is from today. I had already left. I did share it on my page for y'all to check out. And so, yeah, this is PSL, Party for Socialism and Liberation. Shout out to PSL Akron.
26, 26, 25, 24, 23.
That wasn't what I wanted to share either. I kind of lost my place from where I was. There's so much I want to catch y'all up on, like this motherfucker right here. There is a press conference that that I saw with him and the police chief, I believe it was, and their response to Jalen Walker's execution and their gaslighting. And when the shooting took place last night, which was a completely separate incident, might I add, they used that as a scapegoat to gaslight the community into how they should grieve Jalen Walker's execution. And it was as if, I mean, we see this all the time, but, white people speaking in dog whistles and code, talking to their fellow white people about what is going on in the greater city concerning public issues, things that actually do affect us all. I mean, come on. But, I didn't even mention Jolly Good Ginger, a prominent TikTok figure who I just got wind of not that long ago, just over the situation that happened in Akron, along with Destiny, who's also popular on TikTok as well, and the Family Soup TV, who I've seen his work over, I don't know, maybe the past 2 years, the same amount of time that I've been doing this. I believe I've seen the Family Soup TV stuff. And so that was cool to just link up with them. I had just touched down in Akron, and saw that he had posted something. Where is it? All right, I'm going to get into that in a second. Don't worry, because I wanted to talk about that and that. Damn. Lost my place. And I apologize. All right. So I'll just go to the clips. This is what I wanted to talk about, first of all. Fuck 12. This is what I wanted to.
Yes, take the kids inside. This is my property.
So,
This is my property. This is my property. This is my property. Stay off of my property. Stay off of my property.
So what I want to talk about right there real quick. This is Freedom Block. It's a private property, as you can hear, and of some sorts, like a if y'all recall the Leon Block going to Columbus last year, and we interviewed Heather Johnson, and she talked about the church and how that was like the centerpiece, the crown jewel of the hood, and that was where everybody went for resources and things and help and shit, kind of like a safe house of sorts. And this is what I view Freedom Block as being. Well, and I did talk about Freedom Block a little more in one of the lives, and hopefully when I come back out to Ohio next week, I'll stop by there so we can get a little more information on what all they do, how they help the community, and show you some footage of, the kind of stuff that I saw there. Because, I mean, there was so much going on that I really couldn't film everything, and I couldn't, there were some moments that I felt like were really delicate, or like I just didn't want to. I know I'm supposed to do this work, but like sometimes I just want to leave people to privacy. I think that's important. But also there were moments where I'm like, dang, I wish I could get this on camera because, wow, like there was a moment where, and I'll get into it, but I always feel for high black populations in smaller areas. Um, and rural areas too, because even if a movement comes, they feel like they don't want to do nothing or stand up because they don't want the repercussions of what happens when those people leave. Not only that, they're beat down, or they're scared, or they're exhausted, or they're tired, and I get all of that too. And that's kind of like what, from speaking to certain people, that's what I was hearing, that like the spirit of that city is right now. And I understand that too. But again, this is Freedom Block. This was after the march and vigil that took place the other night.
This is my property. Please, my property.
They have the door. They have the door. They have the door.
Please leave my property. Please leave my property.
They have the door, right? They have the door. They have the door.
Please leave my property.
What's up with this? What is this about? What is this about?
Please leave my property. Please leave my.
They got gas cans ready. They got gas cans ready. Did y'all see that? Hey, chill.
Helicopters and all of them.
They stole his car. They at the door. They going. No, this, fuck that.
Justice Jalen Walker. What's his name? Jalen Walker. Why we here? Jalen Walker. Who they murder? Jalen Walker. How you spell murderer? APD. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Fuck 12. 9, 10, 11. Fuck 12. 9, 10, 11. Fuck 12. Justice for Jalen Walker.
This was the other night as well. The same night as the video I just showed you. The one with all the police. I know, it's a lot that happened. Okay, so that's at Freedom Block, I believe, too. And the thing is, I covered them all getting interviewed by a local station. But you know how they the mainstream media, you know how they are. Edit shit out. And I'm not gonna do that. I filmed the whole thing. I'm pretty sure they only filmed half of it. Who knows how much they recorded? You know what I mean? And this is important. This is why I do this, so that we have our own coverage of stuff. We have our own record of stuff. I feel like everybody should have a camera and get out and be recording everything that they experience, especially if you're black, especially in this day and age. We got to. We got to. Definitely check out all these lives, y'all. This was at the vigil that took place right where, that's the parking lot right there where Jalen Walker was executed.
The assassination. A man that should have been served a traffic violation, served a warrant for fleeing the scene and resisting arrest. Not served an execution. Not even a criminal. Don't have a record. Not as labeled as armed and dangerous. But was gunned down like he was armed and dangerous. Gunned down like he was armed and dangerous. That is your permit to be out here.
Give me a bullhorn. Give me a bullhorn.
We keep us safe. We keep us safe. We keep us safe. We keep us safe. All power to the people. 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 No goodbye to the racist system. No goodbye to the racist system. No goodbye to the racist system.
Alright, so let's take a moment of silence and honor the family. Can I get everyone to fist up, please? Right, fist up.
Head up, eyes open, fist closed. Head up, eyes open, fist closed. Say his name! Jalen Walker! Say his name! Jalen Walker! Scream his name! Jalen Walker! Scream his name! Jalen Walker! What's his name? Jalen Walker! What's his name? Jalen Walker! Who murdered Jalen? ABD! Who murdered Jalen? ABD! Who murdered Jalen? ABD! Justice for Jalen Walker! Justice for Jalen Walker! Jalen don't get it! Shut it down! If Jalen don't get it, shut it down!
Huge shout out to our medics. Huge shout out to the Huey Gun Club. Huge shout out to any Panthers out here. Huge shout out to any Scotty Hampton Gun Club. Shout out to Chairman for Head, Scotty Hampton Jr. Any security, any medics, any.
Shout out to the people.
Shout out to our community. This is what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Show me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Show me what community sounds like.
This is what community sounds like.
Say his name.
Jalen Walker.
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 Say it louder.
Jalen Walker.
Say his name.
Jalen Walker.
Say his name.
Jalen Walker.
Say his name.
Jalen Walker.
Alright, we're gonna have Alyssa from Akron DSA speak first. And can we have Jolanda and John Sell come forward, please? Thank you. And Marquetta. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alyssa Figueroa. I am the co-chair of Akron chapter of the Democratic Socialists of America. And for the past couple days, I have been mostly not in my home, which is here in Firestone Park, because I feel that it is really important that we are all coming together as a community. And I don't just mean necessarily working and doing things, because dropping off food is doing something important. Giving someone a hug or helping them carry things out of their car is important. And while I know probably a lot of people are feeling really alone, really hurt, really upset, all those feelings are valid. You're feeling pissed, you're feeling angry, you want to break shit. I get it. I get it. I want you to know you are not alone. We are together in this. I mean, look how many people are here. Every time I come to an event, there's more and more people. I am seeing more and more people. I have gotten to know more people in my community over the past few days than I have before, and it's a beautiful thing. So I just wanted to come out and say thank you for coming, for Jalen, and thank you for staying in the streets. Thank you for those of you that came here from out of town. We really appreciate the help, truly, because this is all about us coming together right now, standing in solidarity and demanding justice, because I believe that we will win. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
What up, though?
Yes, sir.
What up, though?
Yeah.
My name is Mo Soul. I am from Detroit, Michigan, the founder from the Hood for the Hood and a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. I ain't going with you. I love and deep.
Yes, sir.
The day and age when many are often waiting on the next Dr. King, Malcolm X, or Huey P. Newton to rise as leaders and agents of change to combat the racism, hatred, police brutality, and prejudice within our nation. I stand here today to encourage you that we, my brothers and sisters, are the change of which we seek.
Listen.
Society does not need the next King, X, or Newton, but the battleground of change is waiting on you to be the best you to stand up and do whatever you can to dismantle racism and hatred and replace it with equity and love. This is not the time to be silent. This is not the time to be stagnant.
Listen.
A 25-year-old young black man was murdered by the police right here in this city.
Listen.
The time is now for us to stand as the people and let the world know again that the power is the people.
Listen.
And we will not tolerate injustices any longer. The civil rights movement never ended, because how the hell could it have ended if we're still right here fighting for civil rights today? And as we continue to fight for justice and our civil rights, I'm reminded of a particular time and place. October 26, 1967, at Barron Junior High School in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It was at that particular moment where the late Dr. King, in his address to the student body, asked the question, what is in the life's blueprint? Now, Dr. King was talking to an America where in that time, racial tension and police brutality birthed one of the most violent, destructive riots in U.S. history, the 1967 Detroit riots of the 12th in Claremont, which ended with 43 dead, 342 injured. Nearly 1,400 buildings have been burned, and some 7,000 National Guards and U.S. Army troopers was called to the streets of Detroit. Mind you, with shoot to kill orders. Dr. King was talking to an America in 1963. 400 Dearborn, Michigan residents rioted for 29 hours because they thought a home within the city of Dearborn was sold to a black family. Dr. King was talking to America on February 21st, 1965, on the stage of the Audubon Ballroom, Harlem, New York, laid the mortally wounded Malcolm X, of whom Malcolm and Martin's ideologies were finally beginning to intertwine. That's just a glimpse of the America that Dr. King was talking to. But now, fast forward today to the year 2022. I'm talking to an America where on April 4th, 2022, Patrick Williams, a 26-year-old refugee from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, was fatally shot right in the back of the head by Officer Christopher Sturt of the Grand Rapids Police Department. I'm talking to an America that constantly attacks, belittles, and murders our black women. An America full of misogyny trying to tell women what to do with their own body. I'm talking to an America that allows the police to choke and eventually murder a man in broad daylight as he screams, I'm talking to an America where the police treat terrorists such as Dylan Roof to Burger King, when yet kill Sergeant Black while in custody, kill Buster Jean in his own home, tase Natasha Buchanan to death in jail while she was experiencing a mental health crisis and kept her leave on the neck of George Floyd for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Brothers and sisters, here today I'm talking to an American who still does not have the morality, ethics, or goal to arrest and convict the murderers of Breonna Taylor. I'm talking to an America where the police shot Jalen Williams over 60 times. Jalen Walker over 60 times. But yet, a domestic terrorist, a white person by the name of Robert, 7 individuals in broad daylight in Illinois, right on Monday, on that day that they call Independence Day, but ain't no independence in it. So, my brothers and sisters, what is in your life's blueprint? The first thing I would like to suggest that each of you incorporate within your life's blueprint in the year 2022 is again the mindset and understanding that you are the change in which you seek. I said it earlier and I said it again, the time is out for waiting for the next Malcolm or Martin, but the time is now for you to be the best you that you was created to be. Listen. You know, as an activist, I get so sick and tired of hearing people say, you know, that's messed up what happened. If only somebody would do something about it. Why? Hasn't somebody done anything about it? I like to make the notion today that maybe the reason nobody has done anything about it because it is embedded within your purpose to be that person that does something about it. It's just going to take you stop running away from your purpose and start walking within it. Ralph Waldo is that the purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful,
Yes.
to be honorable,
Yes.
to be compassionate, to make some difference that you have lived and lived well. What's in your life's blueprint? I hope that each of you will incorporate a spirit that has a thirst to serve within your life's blueprint. We've got too many people out here wanting to leave for an income.
Okay, no racist USA. All power to the people. All power to the people.
Now these pictures and videos are on my personal page clearly, but I also have them all on Leon Block Independent Media page, of course. And like as you see here, this is the interview that we did with activist Pressure. So check this out.
Give me a second, hold on. Listen, just tell me where.
Cash App, bro.
Cash App you.
Yeah.
James, where you going?
I ain't you.
Okay.
Right. And I don't even care. It's just get out there, you know.
Oh yeah, you better go get that situated. Go ahead. No, they go to record. Go ahead.
All right, y'all. Greens and good vibes. We got brother Michael Harris out here, aka Activist Pressure, on social media. Another independent journalist and activist out here from North Carolina, representing Greg Cox. Been in Minnesota and came out here to Akron for Jalen Walker. And as y'all seen, shit went viral. Y'all saw him get attacked, unprovoked, Hands were restrained behind his back, and y'all saw that shit go down. As y'all can see, he's standing here in front of us today. The first question I have for you real quick is, not only do you want people to come out here, but what do you want people to do? How do you want them to handle themselves?
First of all power to the people accountability for them to walk in the right now. That's what the street right now after the riot. Let this community, Jada walking over, not just this community, national. Jada walking out. I think some of y'all waiting for this to be national. I'm gonna tell you something that a sister told me, my sister knew me. You don't want your child national. They gotta wake up every morning and see their child on TV. So don't wait till this is national. Get out here so you can get on TV and get your photo op. It's not about a photo op, it's not about a national thing, it's about a general woman so not even assassinated, executed the other night. Where it's been going on 2 weeks now, there ain't been no gunpowder on this young man's hand. There was gunpowder where he fired a weapon that's been already in the news to clear APD's face. Y'all need to wake up and get out here to happen all right. Most of y'all get in the street for George Floyd, get in the street for Tamir Rice, get in the street for Trayvon Martin, we're in the streets for Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor, all these other names you get in the street for, but you're not in the streets for Jalen Walker because they put a curfew out. Fuck their curfew. Because they tell y'all can't do this, you got to pay tax dollars. You pay tax dollars to get out here in these streets. These are your streets. Whose streets? Our streets. Jalen Walker should not be dead. A freaking Trump never led to assassination. You got 8 officers that can't put a dog out on a man. 8 officers can't put a helicopter out for a man. 8 officers can't get on the radio. 8 officers can't chase a one man down.
Right.
Man, make it make sense. Out of 8 officers, first thing they resolve to is pull their weapons out and gun you down because you unarmed and black. There's been 2 white guys that murdered over 30, 40 people in the last week. They got arrested. It gets a day in court.
Bro, did you see the police report? 2 sentences. For 8 people shooting 90-some bullets at somebody, there should be a whole detailed page of what you did. You obviously we know you're trying to cover it up, but I'm saying, like, you mentioned Tamir Rice real quick. The police officer that killed him got hired to a police force in PA. People protested over it. He resigned. But the point is, how easy this is.
Yeah, we had that in North Carolina. The guy that was responsible, Marcus Smith, left Greensboro, went to Alamance, was working down there for Marcus Smith. A homeless guy that was put in the back of the truck for a long time and died. So we go through the same thing, man. What we saying right now while you're watching Jalen Walker Black Matter, you shouldn't be waiting to get here. Y'all should be shutting down. Things are too normal, man. People going to restaurants, eating, talking about their normal life. The Walker's family is not normal no more. The Walker family has been disrupted for the rest of their life. A 25-year-old black man that was trying to make it home. I know y'all hear the officers saying, all we doing is trying to make it home. All we trying to do is make it home as black and brown people every freaking night. Yep. It shouldn't be that we trying to make it home. It shouldn't be put your hand on the steering wheel when they pull you over. It shouldn't be don't move a black man in America, KKA. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be that I get jumped trying to ask this cracker, what are you saying? All I'm asking this cracker is 3 things. What are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying? And they rush me. All I'm saying is what are you saying? Is what did you say lead to you putting your hands on me? Then they try to Rodney King me. You some pussies.
Talk about that shit. 30 years later, what has changed?
Nothing. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. They put their uniform on, put their little badge on, and think they're better than you and more, and have all this power. You are no better than me. You put a uniform every day that makes you feel like you're somebody. You're nobody. We are the same people. We put our clothes on the same way. One leg, one arm at a time, zip by zip, button by button, and go on about our day. I pay the same tax dollars you pay. We all go to work, right? We all have a life.
But the difference is for them and us that they have police community.
Yeah.
That's the problem. If people do not, we can march, we can fuss, we can go to bullhorns all we want. Until we say enough is a fucking enough, and you get them in their pockets, and you make them change them laws, then nothing's going to change. We need to change police immunity. They need to lose that. If they shoot somebody, if it can be proven that they have shot somebody that was unarmed and it was unnecessary and it was too much force, they need to do the time just like it would happen. So, number 2, that defund the police, no, we don't need to defund the police. We need to take their pension. That's a whole big difference now. So you take their picture and he put up an eyeball.
And my livelihood.
And that's the difference. Immunity and their pension. And then you will not have this. You won't have a cop that's quick to jump and be gung-ho and beat you when you handcuffed. You got 3 or 4 other people on you. I'm talking about that man literally balled his fist up.
Yeah.
And cracked him in his face at least 5 good shot times. I'm telling you. And then when he went to the ground, where y'all couldn't see, for us black people that live this life that it's happened to, they gave him some more while he was on that fucking ground. Yeah. And then they gave him some more when y'all went to y'all bed and y'all slept. And you enjoyed your night. He caught a little bit more. That's what happened. That's what happens when we don't hold police accountable. That is what happens. We need to start making them be accountable. And if that don't happen until we get rid of immunity and that fucking pension.
Listen,
I got one more question for y'all. The culture of police brutality and the fact that you've got all these policemen, predominantly white, that will live in the suburbs and they come and work in a city and they talk about working in a war zone, the narrative that comes with that. What do you think is a way at taking that head on as a group of people, us as black people? How do we demolish like that block, specifically speaking to that?
Well, first of all, it's modern day slavery.
Yeah. Slave catchers.
Slave catchers.
Yeah.
All right. Your black officer on the force you all the time. All right. I don't care if that's how you pay your bills. I will not find another way to pay your bills. All right. Because all you're doing is doing what a white man wants you to do. You're pressing out black and brown people. You want to say that at the first round when we get Sunday night, they accept black do something like that. It's not gonna make a difference. You put black officers in our communities. It doesn't make a difference. What needs to be the difference is that we are looked at as human beings. Like Bud said earlier, when they do something, a consequence needs to be behind it. If there's no consequence, what are you doing right now? You're training the rest of these officers all over America, KKA, is to do the same thing. There will never be a consequence. That's all you're doing. When they get away with it, all you're telling them is you can do this and you're going to get away with it. We're going to let you walk away from here because you can justify what you did. That night, that man may be fired 1 round. 96 plus rounds should not be fired at 1 man. There's no justification to that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what office you in, who you are. You should never fire that many times at someone that's unarmed. You ain't firing that many times at someone that's armed.
I was going to say, even if he was armed.
90-sometimes times, you don't have a record. So my thinking when these police is they're getting on the force to kill. They're getting on the force to be disrespectful. They're getting on the force to have some power that they should never have. They're not getting on the force to serve and protect. Some people, they'll challenge and say, well, I know some good ones. There's no good ones if you're not setting up for these bad ones.
It's the profession, not the person.
If you ain't taking that badge off after one officer do something wrong and going on strike, you are just as bad as the rest of them. Because somebody, if me and them do something, they got the snitch program. Hey, man, snitch on your homeboy. Why is there no snitch program for the police?
When I come back after this, we are going to go into this clip here, which was a pretty detailed interview, but it was 20 minutes long with it was so many different names of people. We got Cortez Rice, we got Pressure, and then a brother of his that from down in North Carolina. Really powerful interview. So definitely stay tuned. We're going to give you more of that. But in the meantime, I've got Megan Keller on the show from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, here to talk about the in-cash bail, which I actually missed. I am so sorry.
Oh, no problem. Love, you were for a good cause.
Yes.
I'm so excited to hear about it. I know that I was so upset whenever we got the right to know request this week regarding Jalen.
Yeah, so you want to tell people about that real quick? Break it down real quick.
Yeah, so everybody in the public is able to obtain any kind of right to know request within any public entitlement. For the most part, there is exemption, so you have to be careful. But we submitted a right to know request through the Akron Police Department regarding the incident with Jalen Walker. And we got back 3 pages, but it was absolutely the minimal. What was the narrative? Like 2 sentences?
Yeah.
So there was no accountability, no integrity, no transparency, nothing. It was just the lack of. So pretty crazy that, they don't have to answer to anyone. But I'm happy to see that the state attorney general did step in. So that's always a good thing. And that just means that the district attorney doesn't have precedence over it anymore. So it would go like it wouldn't be jurisdiction for them. So they everything would have to go through the attorney general.
Okay, of the state, so not the governor or anything like that.
Right, he would be the one to file charges, from my understanding. But that whole situation, there should be many second-degree murder indictments. Like that, there is no if, ands, or buts about it. How many times did he get hit? 40 times, 60 times?
It was 60 sometimes. I want to say 63.
Over a traffic stop.
Yeah.
That is
they said the tail light was out, but I didn't see no tail light out.
No, in the video you could actually see that the tail light was working. Like in the video that was released, if you watch it, the tail light is working, and the gun that they're saying was a flashback, that's a reflection. That's my personal opinion. I watched it a couple times just to see.
Right.
And yeah, a reflection on the highway, that's pretty normal. At night. You got other lights coming, other cars, that's horrible. I understand why people don't want to stop. Lord bless.
Yeah. But, so hold on real quick. You got a few minutes. Let's talk about this in cash bail joint real quick.
Yes, it was today. It was our first
and I'm sorry I missed it.
No problem. Like I said, you were doing your thing. I'm so proud of you. But it was really good. The rain held off for us. It started at 10 a.m. There was tons of people there. We got to have speakers and performers. Jessica Lopez spoke about her experience with the $1 million bail. Dominique Jordan performed. Soul True performed. It was a really good time, celebrating 15 people that we've been able to purchase their freedom because they were jailed just because the inability to pay bail.
So tell us a little more about the whole bail system real quick and ending cash bail and what that could mean.
So ending cash bail, right now, the Lancaster County Prison is being sued federally by the ACLU due to extreme bail amounts. They
finally
they have
charging motherfuckers with $1 million bails and shit.
Right. That is insane. And a lot of people, it's crazy because the government doesn't give you information to turn these people in for such behavior, because everybody has a standard and protocol and procedure that they're supposed to follow. Well, Pennsylvania Constitution, along with the U.S. Constitution, says that everybody deserves bail unless you are a risk to society or you committed murder. And everybody else, you should be getting ROR, which means you're released on your own recognizance. You don't even have to give money down. But instead, there was 5 Lancaster County magistrates that were setting bail. The median for Lancaster City was $96,000 for average bail whenever it was done in December 2021.
Wow.
So what that means is they're putting demands on ways to change the cash bail system to where the magistrates, because what people need to know too is to be a magistrate, you don't have to be anything. I could apply to be a magistrate. You could apply to be a magistrate. You don't have all it takes is you do a 4-week class. You have to pass a test at the end of the classes, and then you're a magistrate. That's it. You don't even have no lawyer, no nothing. You're going in front of a person who's been trained.
People, listen up. Do you see how easy we could take over shit?
We all have to unite against all lines of division and come together, work together, and it totally needs reformed.
For real. Well,
and
you know how I feel, but we can start with something.
Yes, and we're also demanding that there's public defenders so whenever you're in cars, whenever you're picked up off the street, you go in front of a judge. It could be on call if it's at nighttime up until a certain time, or it could be the judge, during the regular business hours. And depending on that makes a big difference. And also what makes a big difference is if you have an attorney present. We're talking about something that's as quick as 60 seconds. They don't care what these people are saying, even if they let them talk. Paul Reardon that passed away in February, his bail was $250,000. The truth of the matter was, like, you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, and that's not happening in Lancaster County.
Tell us about the guy who passed away. The other guy.
John Coma passed away. That's what really got us on the radar, was because John Coma was 67 years old. He was a veteran from our understanding. He was homeless, staying at a hotel. A cop went through to this hotel, ran all the names on the list just to see if anybody had a warrant. Mr. Coma did, because whenever they sent, I'm sure that, like, everybody knows, if you move, they don't keep up with that. Like, they'll send, a summons or whatever to the last address known. Well, sometimes your mail doesn't forward. Like, Lancaster County right now is 50% homeless. Like, so we're talking 50% more people is going to be criminalized just because they're not getting the mail that they're supposed to be getting. Like, it's a big, it's a huge problem. And so, like, that happened. They took him to jail. Now, granted, they did take him to the hospital first and get him evaluated. Then they let him out of the hospital. They put him in jail for 5 days. After 5 days, he passed away. He was in his motel room. We come to find out he had had a previous hip surgery. He had had many ailments and illnesses, and, like, it was horrible. And then, while we were worried about, and crushed about this situation, here Paul Reardon was actually in the jail, 35 years old, and had asked for his medication, was not given it, and, like, now he's dead. And he had stole $200 worth of items at Lowe's for $250.
And the other one stole $28 worth of food from Sheetz, right?
Right. Just like in Lancaster City, or in the prison right now, there's somebody that, now granted, they did it's attempted criminal homicide, but the situation is not looked at equally. It was more like progressive selective profiling, pretty much, like just one person up against another. It had been, like, kind of started by the opposite party. They seen the person driving down the road, threw a recycle bin at their car. They stopped to get out. He came towards them. They got shot. It did not kill the person. The person's fine. It was like granted, getting shot is horrible, but, like, a minor injury. And here this kid's young, first offense. They gave him bail for 2 days, $500,000. Who can pay that? And then they took it away. And I'm pretty sure, to my understanding, because I speak to the mother, she's a pastor in the community. She's an amazing woman. Like, I'm pretty sure the lawyer wasn't even present when the bail was revoked. Like, it's just shady shit all the way around. But we don't know unless we organize. We have to talk to people. We have to get, network, speak to our neighbors, like, make sure people are voting. It goes back down to, like, being united, solidarity, like, bridging the gap.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's our hope and prayer, moving forward, is that we're continuously able to bridge the gap for people that don't have the ability to pay bail. Because that's over, as of right now, there was like 700, and this is the last month's prison board report. There was like 769 or 61. Now, don't quote me like 100%, but that was like total population. 560 some were pretrial detention, which means, like, they were not guilty yet. They've not been found guilty. They're still presumed innocent.
Right.
That's a horrible number whenever they're trying to make a bigger jail. $3 million for a jail, whenever, like, our people, their basic human needs need to be met, and they wouldn't be criminalized in the first place. Lancaster got to get their act together for real. It's serious.
If you are watching this real quick, this is PSL March in Akron, Ohio, Party for Socialism and Liberation. March for Jalen Walker. You can catch the rest of this feed that I did share from, it's on my page, Leon Black Independent Media, but it's also on Family Soup TV, is the one who was recording this particular stream. You can catch more of footage from what's going down in Akron via the Family Suit TV and others like Cortez Rice and Activist Pressure. Activist Pressure should be in home. I did see something about they were leaving Akron. I'm not sure if Cortez Rice is still there, but there should be some boots on the ground in some format of independent media. I know Jordan Miller was around, different kind of media, but still nonetheless still around for some kind of eyes and ears. Meg, is there any last a couple of things you want to touch on really quick about uh, ending cash bail and why it's so crucial?
Yes, we have a website if you guys want to check us out, www.lancasterbailfund.org. And then, or you know what? Let me make sure I'm giving you the right email address or the web address, because that would be absolutely horrible. Today's been a
No, I hear you.
crazy day.
It's
I've
been
been
crazy
running
for all of us.
all day. We have a petition as well. Feel free, a mailing list. Get connected, get involved. Better, know better, know better, do better.
That's right.
Like love everybody. It is LancasterBailFund.org. And just coming together. Look,
Okay.
you have to meet people where they're at.
Why is there a snitch program for the
So, but
police?
we
You want us to snitch
also
on each
for their
other?
support.
Snitch on your
In the
homeboy.
first year, like
You heard it wrong. No,
let's meet them forward.
So sorry. Say that last part again.
I just said thank you so much for all the support. We've raised $25,000 in the first year.
Okay.
So we're really looking to see what the second year has to hold for us.
Yeah, for sure.
But we love connecting with the community and learning more. Like we're learning something every single day. And it's constant knowledge. It's constant being fed, and things that we just never knew before. It's knowledge. And
Knowledge
we're
is
super
key.
right.
Like I always say, educate, meditate, liberate, celebrate.
Yes,
Gotta do it.
100%, brother.
Gotta do
And
the
we
work.
thank you for this platform that you gave us. We love you and we support you 100%, everything that you do.
Appreciate you, yo. Appreciate y'all.
Always, babe.
We're gonna hop off really quick, but you and me, we could chit chat really quick. I'm going to stay tuned. I'm gonna send you another link, so just stay tuned. All right. Everyone, it's always a pleasure, and as usual, as I always say, make sure you meditate on your path, celebrate your being, liberate your spirit, and educate yourself. I will be back with more. I just gotta get some rest, y'all. Stay tuned.
Yes.